Good Wednesday morning, everyone, and thanks so much for starting your day with us. We hope you are having a fantastic week so far. We're halfway there. So, Matt, Jordan, if people are planning the rest of their week, maybe into their weekend, how's this weather doing?
Yeah, it's going to be a gorgeous weekend. Now, we do have a bit of a change towards next week. I'm going to save most of that information for my full forecast. Still about 6-7 days out, but yeah, we're just going to keep going. The sunny, warm, nice conditions. Now, that means some cold mornings, so let's look. We do still have some watches and warnings out there. We do still have some areas that haven't quite gotten into that frosty, freezing category just yet. So it is a little cold for even this time of year as we look at parts of Curry, Josephine, and Jackson County included in that. So that bluer blue that you see, that's more of a frost advisory. But we do have that potential in Curry, Josephine, and Jackson. A little bit colder in parts of the Illinois Valley and parts of the Applegate Valley. So be aware of that, especially if you have any sensitive vegetation or maybe you got some pets who would deal a little bit better inside. That being said, while we do drop into even the 30s possible for the Medford area, we warm up very quickly from the mid-40s to the mid-70s by 2 p.m. And you're only warming up more than that as we head into the afternoon. High around 81 degrees for Medford today. Temperatures 20s, 30s, 40s as we look throughout the area. And we're going to warm all of these areas up by about 30, 40, even 50 degrees as we head into the afternoon. Allison.
All right, Matt, thanks so much. Now to a top story and to follow up. We now know the name of a man who was found dead in Baker Park back in September. The medical examiner confirmed the man is 55-year-old Peter Compagnon. He went missing in early September after his family said they hadn't heard from him in over a month. An autopsy revealed he drowned in the Rogue River with no signs of foul play. And Governor Kate Brown wants to make sure you're prepared if the big one hits. On Tuesday, Governor Brown released a plan to prepare Oregon for the Cascadia subduction zone quake. Some of the highlights include making sure 250,000 vulnerable homes have 2 weeks of supplies by 2021, activating a statewide early warning system by 2023, and making sure more seismic upgrades are in schools and emergency buildings. This quake could reach a magnitude 9.0 trigger and trigger a tsunami. For more information, head over to actionplanoregon.com. The cause of a structure fire is under investigation this morning. A fire broke out in Grants Pass last night at 8:30. An off-duty rural Metro firefighter saw the flames coming up from a structure nearby. Rural Metro Fire and Grants Pass Department of Public Safety quickly put out those flames. All residents are safe, and luckily that fire didn't spread. 6:33, turning to wildfire season. It is continuing. The Klondike fire has been dormant for the last few weeks, but warmer weather and higher winds brought it back to life over the weekend. On Tuesday, fire crews and bulldozers were able to build fire lines around the new spot fires. Fire officials say they are making progress, and even with the cooler weather, they're still preparing for more.
With the conditions that we have, it's supposed to be 80 degrees again this weekend. If another wind event comes up, we could see the fire move again.
If the Klondike fire is now nearing 173 acres, the fire is 72% contained. And as of this morning, even with the recent growth, officials say the most important thing is that no structures were lost and no firefighters or residents were hurt. The estimated containment date is October 31st. About 250 firefighters are working to keep homes safe near the Schuylkill Mountain fire burning in Klamath County. That fire is burning in steep terrain. New, more accurate mapping now has it at 500 acres with containment at 10%. Firefighters hope to have it fully contained by Saturday. They say freezing temperatures overnight have helped them significantly. The cause of this fire remains under investigation. A level 1 evacuation is in place for some homes nearby. Law enforcement is notifying residents if they are in the evacuation area. For more details, visit our website, KOBI5.com. Happening today, it's official. The ballot for the upcoming November election are in the mail. You can track your ballot on sos.gov.org/voting. There you can have more information on candidates and the upcoming election. Don't forget, mark your calendars. That election is Tuesday, November 6th. Oregon Secretary of State Dennis Richards says the state's voter registration list might have been sold online. According to a release from his office, Oregon is one of 19 states potentially affected. While voter information is publicly available through the Secretary of State's office, anyone who gets that list is not allowed to use it commercially. He did ask Oregon's Attorney General and the FBI to get involved in this investigation. Candidate night is happening tonight in Phoenix. It's an opportunity to meet with candidates, hear statements, and ask them any questions you may have. That event gets underway at 6 at the Central Neighborhood Church on Pacific Highway. 6:35, turning to news on Capitol Hill this morning. There's new evidence as the Turkish government builds its case against Saudi Arabia and the disappearance of a Washington Post journalist. President Trump is sending his top diplomat to Turkey to investigate. Tracy Potts is following the story.
Turkish authorities claim 7 Saudi nationals used these passports to enter their country and kill Washington Post columnist Jamal Khashoggi, half of a hit team the Turks believe was sent by the Saudi government.
If they knew about it, that would be bad.
President Trump is defending the Saudis, complaining to the Associated Press that they shouldn't be guilty until proven innocent, and tweeting that Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman totally denied any knowledge.
I believe that this was orchestrated at the highest levels of the government, and he's the one pulling the strings right now.
Secretary of State Mike Pompeo met with the prince Tuesday.
They made a commitment to hold anyone connected to any wrongdoing that may be found accountable for that, whether they are a senior officer or official.
He spent just a few hours on the ground this morning meeting with President Erdogan to get the latest on the investigation. Overnight, Turkish police searched the home of a top Saudi diplomat after taking soil samples from the consulate looking for DNA.
Where's the body? Why wasn't the family notified? Why have they spent the better part of 8 or 9 days saying they didn't know anything about it?
Sources tell NBC the Saudis are considering publicly admitting that Khashoggi did die inside their consulate, but that the Saudi government had nothing to do with it. Several U.S. companies are pulling out of a Saudi Arabian conference next week in protest. For now, Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin still plans to attend. Tracy Potts, NBC News, Washington.
Tracy, thanks so much. Grab your fork. Today is National Pasta Day. According to nationaltoday.com, 75% of those surveyed say they eat pasta at least once a week. And Americans choose spaghetti as their choice of pasta. And if you're really feeling hungry on this National Pasta Day, Olive Garden has the never-ending pasta bowl with more than 100 combinations of pastas, sauces, and toppings. Yum, yum, yum. And sticking with food news, after a social media outcry, Apple has changed the design of its bagel emoji. The controversy erupted when Apple put out an emoji depicting a rather plain-looking bagel without cream cheese or any other kind of spread. How dare they? The internet responded with, quote, OMGs around. Philadelphia Cream Cheese weighed in, launching a Twitter poll. Apple finally got on board, releasing an updated emoji depicting a doughier bagel with cream cheese, of course. The company's emoji can now join the ranks of the presumably acceptable bagel designs from Google, Microsoft, Samsung, and Twitter. 6:38 on this time right now. One thing we're not debating is this weather. Matt Jordan, it's not been bad outside.
Not bad at all. It's just absolutely gorgeous day by day. And this is what we would typically see in the summer. Very consistent high pressure system set up over our area, bringing us these warmer, drier conditions. And we're really going to keep that going through into the weekend. Then a bit of a change towards next week. I'll have to say that for my full forecast. But as you can see outside, another cold morning because of the clear skies. We'll warm right back up as we head in the afternoon. So let's talk about it. Partly cloudy, some areas of fog. Your highs mainly in the 60s, warmer for Brookings at 69 degrees. And then partly cloudy tonight, some fog returning after midnight. And the West Valley's not looking too bad, some frosty conditions early, otherwise sunny skies, your highs 72 to 81 degrees. And then east of the Cascades, a nice sunny day, your highs 65 to 71 degrees, clear skies tonight means your lows drop into the 20s and 30s. Back to you.
All right, Matt, thanks so much. 6:39 is the time right now. NBC5 News at Sunrise is just getting started. Coming up, a pipe bomb was spotted in Cave Junction. Who's in jail this morning and the charges they're facing. And a Medford student found unconscious on the bathroom floor, what officials are saying this morning. As we go to break, here's a look at this morning's lowest gas according to GasBuddy.com. Stay with us. We'll be right back.